Yo, Haven, what's good, family? Hope all is well. I hope you are in a wonderful, magnificent mood, having a wonderful, magnificent rotation. If you are now, hopefully you will be by the end of this presentation. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment as we watch these clips and videos as a form of escaping the external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we are all experiencing our own individual realities. Remember, if it don't resonate with you, leave it on the ground for someone else to pick it up. You choose to be here, you don't gotta be. Pardon. Huge grace, gratitude, and thanks to all you guys who've been here from the beginning, rocking out, liking, commenting, sharing, been subscribed, all of that. All of that, this energetic exchange that we do on the regular, I'm highly grateful, and thankful for it. Listen, highly grateful for your presence. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all know this intro is not scripted. I freestyle it every time, so bear with me. Y'all know every time I take a breather, I got to work myself back into it. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can notify when go up and you don't miss the next presentation. Anyone and everyone who has ever sought to see me, it will be returned 100-fold as the most high just in you as divine master to divine support. You are truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity. You and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. Big shout out to you. It really does help. It really does. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, listen. We're going to vibe out on this one. This one's pretty chill, I think, in my opinion. We took a breather previous rotation because the previous presentation, the views ain't jumped to 100 like normally. Normally, the views jump to like 90 to 100. You feel me? So I saw that it was only 60 within 24 hours. I'm like, you know what? I'm not making a new presentation yet. Absolutely not. You feel what I'm saying? Anyhow, this one's pretty chill. We're gonna do a chill one. This one is a little bit random, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, I throw the clips together how I come across it. Like as if I'm scrolling on my timeline, that's how the videos present themselves. You feel me? I might mix it up sometimes when it makes sense, but most of the time, these videos just come to my timeline when I'm scrolling, and I'm like, you know what? Let me save this. Let me save this. Let me save that. Things like that, things of that nature. Anyhow, buckle up, enjoy the ride, enjoy the vibe. Let's get it, Haven. Let's do what we do. Y'all know how we do. Let's do it. Let's do the damn thing, baby. Do the damn thing. Do the damn thing. Do the. I'm pretty much in a chill mood. Let's get it though.
Okay, right. Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all. I just got off the phone with my brother. He hung up on me because he said I was stupid. I said, bro. What if the saying be there or be square is the last gem we world peace? He said, you're a dumbass. Boop, boop, boop. Just hear me out, right? When they say be there or be square, you're a square because you're not a round, which is a circle, right? You're a square, you're a lane because you're not in the loop. So people in the loop start judging the square because they feel like they don't got nothing in common. You usually judge people that you feel like are different from you, right? You see this thing, yo, bro, it's a square. This shit got edges. It got vertices. I'm an endless curve with no edges or vertices. We don't got nothing in common until y'all start talking. And then you realize, wait a minute, we do got some similarities. Like a circle has 360 degrees. A square has 4 90-degree angles, which is also 360 degrees. What if a square and a circle do the same thing, but just go about it 2 different ways? What if a square and a circle are fraternal twins? What if the reason a square can't be in a circle because it has social anxiety? See, we're not thinking about the things that need to be thought. Like, when is the last time James Harden did a spin move? Why can't Hawaiian Punch get cold? I had it in the deep freezer for a year. I pulled it out. It was hot as Arizona.
Yo, man.
Why can't studs die?
Yo.
How many stud funerals have you been to? Exactly. They're immortal. See, we've been lied to from all directions. North, south, east, and west. Speaking about directions, how far east would I have to go to then be traveling west? Long story short, I don't know where I live.
Nah, why I'm on this block right here, man? And nah, what's this?
I'll put this clip in here because this is just proof of more underground tunnel systems. People was gonna say, I saw someone in the comments say, oh, it's just the emergency exit from the train, you know, if something happens with the train. But this is just more proof of underground tunnel systems. You know what I'm saying? This is proof. Like, look, it's well, you know what I'm saying? It's well put together, well constructed there. So You think there's not underground tunnel systems that we don't know about? That's the point of me putting this clip in here.
Hold up. The terrible things I want done to me is right here?
What? Yo,
I'm in here. Fuck it, let's explore.
it's an electrical fence.
Eu não sabia que tinha choque aqui, não.
The people in the comments say, yo, his hat never came off. His hat never came off. Me personally, I feel like what I take from this is now they know how the animals feel.
Eu não sabia que tinha choque aqui, não, cara. Que eu vou choque nessa seca aí?
Olha, rapaz.
Vou ficar roxo na mão, cara.
Look at this guy,
Esqueci de
big
falar
man
pra
timing.
você que o vizinho põe o choque aí.
Look at him.
Doido aí.
Yeah, that's why I started again. You got electrocuted, man.
Let's explore.
Choque, cara. Doido aí. Eu não sabia que tinha choque aqui, não, cara. Que eu vou choque nessa seca aí?
Olha, rapaz.
Look at big
Vou
man.
ficar roxo na mão.
Yeah.
Eu esqueci de falar pra você que o vizinho põe o choque aí, ó.
Olha, velho, não
Tem
tinha
choque?
falado, eu não sabia não, hein?
Não, não.
Patrão, só tem que avisar o funcionário que tem choque na seca, ué.
O vizinho põe essa semana.
Olha aí, chegou a arrancar minha coisa do celular aqui, ó.
Olha, rapaz, é negócio que eu esqueci mesmo de avisar você. Vai passar pro lado, passa com cuidado. Pode passar aí.
Aí eu não passo mais não, agora eu não vou passar mais não.
Então passa por baixo.
Ô, tinha que avisar, rapaz.
Passa por baixo. O negócio que eu esqueci, o vizinho falou, por baixo. O
Só
calango, é o calango.
nesse fio, né?
Hã? Mas é o calango que tem que passar pra lá, você não vai ver.
Vem, cara, então, pra cá.
Qual que é que tem choque, patrão?
Esse aqui, ó.
Esse aqui.
He's about to show him how to do
Esse
it.
aqui, senhor.
Você é doido, rapaz.
Esse
Quem me
aí-
deu choque no corpo
Eu
todo.
esqueci de falar pra vocês.
É, patrão, tinha que falar, né?
Não, mas choque é só pra...
Tem choque, rapaz, é doido. Vai, cara, leva passe logo.
Esse choque é só mesmo pra despertar
Vai.
peão. Songa-monga. É bom pra ficar mais perto.
Eu não sabia, cara.
Acordar durante o dia.
Eu não sabia, não, ué.
Agora você está sabendo. O importante é sabendo agora.
É doido.
Isso é bom pros nervos, rapaz. Vocês não imaginam o tanto que é bom, rapaz.
É, se é bom, então pega então pra melhorar seus nervos, então.
Eu não. Eu tô com os nervos, é muito é bom demais da
don't
conta.
know.
Mas não é bom pros nervos?
Vambora lá logo, cuidado dos afazeres logo. Vamos caçar os fazeres.
If you're wondering, I don't know what they say. I have no clue. I mean, we got an idea what they talking about. I keep hearing shock, shock, shock. They saying shock every now and again in there, but I don't know what language they talk. Let's get it.
I had a black woman tell me that I am introducing new age spirituality. Ma'am, let me tell you something real quick. I have over 10 million ancestors in me, and they have been talking about this information since the beginning of the fucking world. Don't you ever disrespect my ancestors with that white people shit. I mean, let's be honest. Come on, let's be honest. That's what it is. They got it from us. We didn't get it from them. This is not new to anybody. This is new for them, yes. Not for us. This is the information that I bring when I talk about true, divine, supreme consciousness and being interconnected and how everything else is just a reflection of the divine consciousness that is within you. That's not new age. That's new for them, not for us. Not for us.
Nah, bitch, because if
And they say new age, woo woo, all this nonsense. Is it because you can't understand or understand what's happening, what's going on? Look at this nonsense.
you know what's good for you, you'll get in your fucking vehicle. Playing with me, man. Listen, Xenia, Ohio, okay? I don't know what the fuck they got going on out here. I'm a lot more calm than I was a few minutes ago. I'm at the Shell gas station in Xenia, Ohio, okay? I don't typically wear my dog tags. I'm active military, but I'm traveling because I'm about to deploy and I'm taking my fiance in my vehicle. So I go inside the gas station just to get some snacks. Got me some peach rings, got me a Monster. I got a water, right? So the guy at the register before me, long white beard, I don't know, I think he got like a Michelob Ultra, some shit like that. So he was like fumbling with his change or whatever. And I'm like, hey man, you good? You need a minute? So he turns around and he goes, oh, you military? I said, yeah, active Navy. He goes, oh, I was in the Corps for 20-something years. I don't remember the exact fucking number. And I was like, oh, thank you for your service. And he looks at me and goes, they still letting people like you serve? What? So...
You see that face? Hold on. You see that face? Because this is exactly how it be. Like, y'all be having people messed up, like, and it's crazy because when we react to y'all nonsense, to y'all foolishness, I'm talking about for the people in the back, that's weird, like the guy he's talking about. When we react, y'all be fumbling and jittering and all scared and nervous, but you bold enough to fix your lips to say something stupid. Let's listen to this.
Fucking number. And I was like, oh, thank you for your service. And he looks at me and goes, they still letting people like you serve?
You see that face? That's exactly how y'all be having people messed up. Y'all know what I really want to say, but you two be acting stupid. They be having people messed up, man.
What? So, me, when I'm in somebody else's backyard, I don't really act a fool. You feel me? So I go, excuse me? And he goes, yeah, you colored people should not be. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have so little patience for disrespect. I grabbed him by his neck, turned his head to the outside. I said, who's that sitting out there in the car with you? Is that your daughter? Is that your wife? Who is it? So the lady was like, excuse me, sir, can you let him go? I said, who is it? It's my daughter. Can you let me go? I said, do you want to make it home to her tonight? Then leave me the fuck alone. I ain't do nothing to you. Like, why you even had to say that to me? So then I guess his son was in the car.
3 valid points. 3 valid points. Let's go back. 3 valid points he made.
Do you want to make it home to her tonight? Then leave me the fuck
Leave him alone.
alone. I ain't do
He ain't do nothing to you.
nothing to you. Like,
Why you had to say that? 3 valid points.
why you even had to say that to me? So then I guess his son was in the car. So when I let him go and he came out the store and hopped in the whip, his son get out the car. I said, if you know what's best for you, you'll stay in that fucking car. And I do apologize. I don't be liking to record interactions like this, but like, I ain't never been here before, ever. I tried to just get my gas, going about my way. You know what I'm saying? Going about my day, rather. But I'm just like, bro, like, that was so unnecessary.
Facts.
I am never, ever taking this fucking drive ever the fuck again. I will fly my vehicle to wherever I'm going. Babe, I love you. Thank you so much for, keeping my vehicle while I'm deployed. But I am never, ever making this fucking drive again. Good day.
I absorbed a demon from a client that I did a cord cutting spell on. And if you're not ready for that kind of work, like as a practitioner, even if you do one for yourself, you have to be prepared for some bullshit like that to happen. Me personally, I am ready for that kind of stuff to happen. Yes, I'm exhausted right now, but I know how to get rid of it. And that's what people don't.
It don't look like it. In the eyes, she looked real concerned and worried. I'm just saying. Who want to consume someone else's BS? Come on, man.
Talk about enough, because yes, you can do spells for yourself, but if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you don't even know what the fuck you're messing with. So a client came to me, she asked me for a cord cutting from her and her ex because she says there's like an unexplainable attachment there. So I did the cord cutting. I instantly felt really strong demonic presence. And demons aren't really what people perceive them as. We all have demons. A demon can be your depression or your anxiety. That's all a demon. It's just heavy energy that feeds off of our sadness and grief. It grows over time if you don't get rid of it. And as I'm doing the cord cutting, I get a really heavy feeling in my chest and in my throat area. I feel like I'm choking up, like I want to cry. And I almost started crying. So I texted her, I said, hey, you might feel something in your throat.
There go that bee again. There go that bee at the window.
And in your chest. I'm currently working on your spell. Just so you know, that's just a side effect of what's being removed because I feel it. And she responded, yeah, I feel it too. I feel it in my chest, in my neck, and in my shoulder blades. After the cord cutting was done, I asked my guides if it was successful, and I got a no. So I had to do an extraction myself energetically. I had to extract the remnants, and I had to call her energy back and retrieve any soul fragments. If you guys know anything about shamanism or soul extractions, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That night, I woke up at 3 in the morning. And the reason I woke up is because I burped. And it sounds funny, but I woke up to a burp and then I started sneezing uncontrollably. So just a tip, if you guys have any random burps that are unexplainable, you haven't eaten, you had just finished some kind of spell or something was done on you, the burping is releasing. You're releasing those energetic or spiritual remnants. Also sneezing, heart palpitations, if you feel a knot in your throat, headaches, those are all side effects of witchcraft being done on you or you removing witchcraft. And I did text my client. I told her, hey, I just woke up. Here's what I'm experiencing. And she texted me back right away. She said, you know what? I can't sleep. I'm still awake as well. I feel it. So this was all last night. This morning, I'm absolutely exhausted. I have not gotten much rest. I took a nap and I had a nightmare. So I know that I absorbed something from her cord cutting. So now I have to cleanse my entire apartment. I have to sage it. I opened all my windows.
Is it worth it at that point though? That's my thing. Like, why you just don't teach people how to do all of that stuff themselves versus doing a service and consuming their BS and all of that and then have to go through all of this yourself? It's not worth it at that point. You might as well just, make content or have a service teaching people how to do these things, how to do these practices versus taking people's money to do a service and not teach them anything. And then next thing you know, you got to do your own. Come on, bro. It ain't worth it. In my opinion, it's not worth it at that point. At that point, it is not worth it.
Close my back door. I'm gonna take a spiritual bath right now, but it's very important, guys. Like, it's not just a spell. If there's something deeper, make sure you're ready for that type of stuff.
Hello? Hello? 1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
I think we saw this one.
You can.
People don't want.
I'm saying, me personally, I know they use, what is that, underground supersonic frequencies or something? I don't know, but whatever they did, telepathic communication through frequencies underwater, I want to know what it's like if you came across these animals at sea when they're not in captivity. What will you experience? That's my curiosity. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say if you're diving, if you're sea diving and you come across these animals or these beings, should I say, you feel me? What would the experience be at that point? You know what I'm saying? I'm so curious to that, but let's keep going.
I'm going to give you your flowers when you walk a different path, because what they were around, then there are people that said, actually, I don't want that for myself. I want to go a different path. People will try to make you feel bad because something on the inside of you said, you know what? Let's do this differently. It takes courage to not do what you see everybody else do. It takes courage to be honest with yourself and say, I don't want to end up like that. I don't. And so many people will try to make you feel bad for wanting a different life, wanting a different outcome, wanting to do things differently. And because they're not in a space yet where they can control their mind, control their thoughts, and be bigger than what they feel, they'll try to make you feel bad. They'll try to make you feel bad. But let me tell you something. The minute it hit me and I realized, like, actually, I don't gotta deal with none of it. Actually, I can write a whole nother story. Y'all have heard me say that so many times on my page. Like, when a woman wake up and realize that she can write a whole different story, she can write a chapter 2, chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, however many she wants. When women start understanding, like, bro, I can wake up and create a whole different life. Like, I can do that. I don't have to subjugate myself to what's around me. I don't have to have limiting beliefs. Like, my life don't gotta end up like what I saw growing up. It don't gotta be an option for you. It don't gotta be an option for you. And don't never let nobody play with you and and trick you into feeling like, oh, you think you better. You think you better because you No, I don't think I'm better. I don't think I'm better than you. I think I'm better than this. It's the behavior. It's the behavior. It's the outcomes. Because these people do not, y'all don't be looking happy. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for my life. I don't want that for my story. I don't want that for my obituary. And people gonna try to play with you and make it, do not let people trick you out your spots. Do not let people trick you out your spots.
I don't know why it's not in sync, but I'm gonna be honest, I relate to that on a very deep level. You know what I'm saying? I'm honestly I'm doing my best to be patient, but I'm almost highly anticipating, very anxious, very excited, all in a nutshell, just to be in position to do so much better for myself and put myself in a position where I can just be me, get away from my environment, and just live freely, happily. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from a family that most of the men, a lot of them just move work, if you know what that means. If you feel me? If you in poverty-stricken areas or, you know, urban areas, from the streets, from the hood, XYZ, a lot of my I come from people moving work, doing this and doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. All of that's doing is just destroying our communities furthermore. So I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do those things. I want to be better. I want to do better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm almost certain a lot of my family members are karmics. I'm almost certain my environment is keeping me down. It's just a lot at once. You know what I'm saying? And I be telling y'all because it's like, I don't want y'all to think I'm up here lying. You feel me? Like, I'm as authentic as I could be, just like you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this social media platforms and stuff fool you. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a reason why a lot of us get held back. It's a reason why a lot of us don't get put in position to do well, because they know we will change things on a drastic level. And I'm talking about for the better of, rather it's your family tree, rather it's society, humanity. You know, if you got enough resources to make a big change, you will do that when you're coming from the right place at heart. So, you know, people like me who have all the characteristics and traits to do these things, we get held back for a reason. That's just the way the system is set up. And it's obviously exhausting. I say obviously. It's honestly exhausting. It's frustrating. All of that in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying? Even going back to the military guy, experiencing what he did in Ohio at the gas station, like, it's exhausting, frustrating, annoying, all of that at once. But let's keep going.
Notice the sky's been looking different lately. Not just the trails or the grid, but the light itself. The warmth, the tone, the feeling. That golden glow that used to feed your soul, it's fading. Because certain high places are now experimenting with sky veils. Powders in the breeze, particles in the breath, all in the name of protection, of course. They say it's to keep things cool, but the chill goes deeper than the temperature. When you interrupt the source, you interrupt the seed, the signal, the song. And suddenly the plants don't grow right, the birds forget how to fly. And you feel just a little off? They'll say it's science, but we know what it really is. A global dimmer switch, a silent ritual, a slow eclipse. You weren't just meant to live under the sun, you were meant to decode it. Because sunlight isn't just heat, it's information. Every ray carries light codes, hidden patterns that activate memory, upgrade DNA, restore resonance. That's why ancient cultures worship the sun, but not as a god, as a messenger. But now they're scattering the signals, blocking the codes, filtering the memory. Because every time you absorb pure, unbroken sunlight, your soul remembers. It remembers the blueprint you came with, the realms you crossed to get here, the energies that once ran free across this plane. They call it climate intervention. We call it what it is, memory suppression. You are not just being kept in the dark physically, you're being kept in the dark spiritually. Because once your cells start singing again, once your original light map reactivates, you can't be programmed anymore, and they know it. The old myths weren't myths. They were memories. Ancient cultures across the world spoke of a time when 2 suns hung in the sky. Egypt's hidden sun behind Ra, the Hopis' Blue Star Kachina prophecy, the Norse twilight of 2 suns before the Great Reset, Babylon's twin light before the deluge. It wasn't poetry, it was history. And now they know it's coming back. A second light source, not a twin star millions of miles away, but a local event. An awakening of the ancient light grid sealed beyond the firmament. They can't stop it, they can only distract you from it. By polluting the skies, dimming the sun, flooding the atmosphere with false light and haze, confusing your natural receptors, telling you any second sun sightings are lens flares or hallucinations. Because when the second sun returns, it doesn't just change the sky, it reboots the grid, it reawakens memory, it fractures the control systems. The second sun carries frequencies that dissolve deception.
When the second sun is more prevalent and more appearing, and it's obliviously, is that if that's even a word, when this clearly here, when it's presently here, like all the time, I'm probably gonna be outside a lot more. Probably almost, because when I was young, I used to be outside a lot when I was young. Like I would get up, brush my teeth, eat. If I don't got money to buy food outside, and I'll be outside all rotation. Come back when the sun is down, chill a little bit at night, get some rest, and do it again. Get up, brush my teeth, eat, or buy some food outside, and just be out, sun up, sun down. I used to be an outside baby, head ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really an outside. In my youth, I was heavily outside. Now I just be in the crib, chilling. If the weather's not right, I'll be in the crib. Like, I don't know. I kind of find that maybe suppressing that we be in the crib a lot. A lot of us, like, we want to, like that. Remember that clip we saw? We want to go outside, but then when we go outside, we come back inside. But then when we inside, we like, yo, shit, I want to go outside. Like, let's keep going.
And that's why they're panicking. It's not about global warming, it's about global remembering. When the second sun emerges, it doesn't just light up the sky, it activates the separation. Because Earth was never meant to be one singular system, it was 2 frequencies layered together, a higher Earth.
Dude, have y'all seen this video right here yet, man? This is absolutely mind-blowing, dude. Y'all gotta stop eating this stuff, man.
McDonald's, what the fuck is this? But what is this? Like, I've heard of a cheese pool from mozzarella stick, but what is this? I start pulling and it's like I could hang the sandwich.
Yeah.
This is not right, McDonald's. Chicken doesn't do this. This isn't chicken. And here I thought this was a better option of your chicken sandwiches because I thought it was like better quality. But this is a fucking chicken yo-yo. What are you talking about? What is this shit? And just so you can see that I'm not making this shit up, watch. See this side?
I mean, really and truly, man, it blows my mind, dude.
The sauce is good.
So now you're telling me that a council known as the Galactic Federation has been monitoring our planet.
This is completely bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why. The people perpetuating this are only doing it for likes and views is because they probably are a little bit crazy. Why am I someone you should trust on this? Because I've actually spoken to the aliens and I actually work with frequency and vibration. They're not going to appear in the physical world. I repeat, aliens are not coming to you in the physical world. You may have experiences where your vibration or your frequency rise up to that level to meet them, but they're not coming down to the physical world because they're not physical beings. It's extremely rare for them to materialize on a 3D plane. The reason is because it's literally painful for them to be physical. Just like it's painful for us to be in frequency states such as fear. They are less dense than we are, and they're not coming to save anyone or do any of that shit.
You need to be working on yourself, raising your frequency, and that's all you need to do.
For those of you who haven't heard, there have been major power outages in France, Spain, Portugal, and parts of Belgium. Entire cities without power, and in Spain, almost the entire country is without power. They've also warned, as it says here, that it may take up to a week to restore power to some of the cities. So I want y'all to understand this and think about it from your perspective. How long could you last without power? All your food would probably go bad. How long could you and your household really last? Here it says,
I don't even need food that needs to be refrigerated, one. So I think I'm straight there. My thing would be a clean water source. Clean water source, just having the essentials to get by. Like I told you guys, like you need a grill so you could make consistent flames. Like we got pots and pans, you know, throw the pot or the pan on the grill. It's the same thing as a stove. It's just manual. You get what I'm saying? Need a grill. As far as foods, you know, I do my best to stay alkaline, but you know, it does get expensive when you don't have a stable source of income. It's kind of a bumpy ride, a little roller coaster there. But I don't need foods that need to be refrigerated. Fruits, some vegetables don't need to be refrigerated because if it's refrigerated, it goes bad. So I think I'll be cool as long as I got the proper essentials and tools. But even then, you know, like I go outside with no phone, so I don't need a phone. I already be outside with no phone. Now, as far as when I'm home, I'll be on my computer a lot. So that would probably be like, I would have to find something to do. And honestly, I would most likely just probably, as nutty as it might sound to some people, I would probably just meditate, you know, meditate and go to a different realm where I can do things versus just sitting here looking at the walls in darkness, XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I think the whole point of the energy going out, the power going out, is so that a lot of us can get back outside, back to nature, back to consuming these light codes and frequencies that's in the atmosphere. Because as I was just saying, a lot of us be in the house. We don't be outside as much as we used to, people. We don't. So what if that's the whole purpose of that from a higher plane of existence, or a higher, how do you even say what I'm trying to say? Like from a higher thought process, what if it takes the power to go out to get people to go outside more? Okay, you comfortable at home because you got all this entertainment and distractions and devices and technology. But if you can't use any of that, what would you do? You would sit in the crib and just look at the walls in darkness, or boredom, or you gonna go outside? So me personally, I would probably just be outside while the sun is up. You know, even when it's dark. I used to be outside at night a lot. You know what I'm saying? Come home, you know, okay, it's darkness, meditate. So realistically, I'm just concerned about the essentials and tools as far as fruits and vegetables, clean water source. Other than that, I'll probably be straight.
blackout chaos. Spain declares national emergency as massive power blackout also strikes Portugal, and panic buyers strip shelves bare. Shoppers are stockpiling groceries amid fears of imminent shortages, because you have to understand that within 1 week, there would be no more food on the shelves if the power is out, right? It says every single part of digital life, from shops to traffic lights, hospitals, airports, phones, and trains, are all down. So when the financial system or the electric grid crashes completely, chaos is going to happen. Most people will panic, and then they will reboot you into the New World Order, into the Mark of the Beast, one world, one government system. Eventually this will happen. So ask yourself, are you ready to live in a third world country? Proverbs 22:3 says, a prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself. If this happened right now, where you're living, How long could you and your household survive without groceries, without the beast system having to provide completely? Leave a response in the comments because I'm actually interested to see how many people think they would actually be able to survive this. All praise to the Most High. Shalom.
Peace to all of the divine primordial deities when I tell you what a wonderful time to be alive. Now, let me share some things with y'all. We're going to skip the introduction and get straight into it. Now, the light stats over in Spain and Portugal just recently went off due to a major power outage. Now, if you have been following me and checking out my lives, this is what I've been speaking on. I've been talking about the atmosphere, okay? And how the atmosphere is going to start changing up. And this, they already know that. Now, based off of the cardinal points due to the equinoxes that occur, which is your summer, spring, and fall, and winter equinox, it shifts the energy on the earth. And we're talking about an abundance of celestial energy that comes in charge of the atmosphere. The reason why all of these planes is falling out the sky is because the atmosphere is being charged up. And they know that once this atmosphere change, their electrical appliances, their guns, their bombs, and none of this stuff is going to work. Now, y'all remember the movie where Black Adam called their weapons weak magic? Because it's going to come a time where none of those things are going to work. And they're going to end up back at square one. Once this atmosphere completely shifts, the carbon beings is going to return back to their power, meaning your X-Men, meaning your Superman and your Superwoman, meaning your Avengers, all of these different superhero movies that Marvel talk about, it is you. And once the atmosphere change, you're going to return back to your power. Now you got a lot of people like, well, why haven't our people rose up yet? Well, we haven't went through our transfiguration yet. Why would we rise up and we don't have weapons? See, they have weapons. But when this transformation take place, which is already in process, their weapons will become obsolete and our powers will return. And that's when we act, is when our powers return, which is happening now. Now check this out. It says the lights were out in Portugal and in Spain on Monday due to major power outages, but the cause is still under investigation. It says while earlier reports suggest a rare atmospheric phenomenon, right? It says the Guardian reports that a loss of power generation possibly from a solar plant triggered a large oscillation in the electrical network, causing a grid to disconnect from the European system. This led to a widespread outage across the countries. Now, understand what oscillation is. It means a charged up atmosphere. It means the atmosphere is charged. And I've been telling y'all that this atmosphere is charging up. And due to the atmosphere charging up, okay, it also caused the gravitational pull to thinning. And this is why your planes is falling out the sky, which is a major sign that the atmosphere is changed and it will continually to charge up. Now, keep in mind, y'all see these movies when the last days occur, what'll be the first thing that happen? The planes start falling out the sky. What's the second thing? The rapture. But what does the rapture mean? It is a Buddha word, which means PT, which means a rapture mindset. Okay, which means euphoria, which means an individual that has an overwhelming feeling of happiness, but also means an individual that's operating at a high level of consciousness. That's a raptured mindset, a God mind. That is getting ready to take place in the chosen, the heavenly creation, not the earthly creation, which is your Gentile and heathen nations. This is why they are trying to eliminate us. Okay, they trying to remove us out of everything. They trying to get rid of our history. They trying to completely get rid of everything dealing with us. That's like with the Smithsonian. They are also trying to remove our artifacts out of there and erase our history. Okay, they know this time is coming. And even dealing with the King Alfred plan of how they are trying to eliminate the so-called African Americans, that's still underway. They're still trying to do that. So what y'all got to understand is they have been trying to eliminate us for a reason, because they know once this atmosphere shift, it's only going to be a certain type of people that's going to be able to rule and live in this atmosphere. And it is the carbon people. Y'all think this stuff is going on just only in Spain and Portugal. This is going to become a worldwide issue because the atmosphere is changing and all of these appliances, even the grid, is going to eventually shut down because everything is getting charged up, even the atmosphere, and is prepping and preparing for the gods to return. This is why they've been building these underground bunkers. Also, remember a few years ago, they gave out to each state them little phones for people to talk to when shit go down the grid so that they can still communicate. They know what's getting ready to happen. Keep in mind, and it's probably going to be fairly new to a lot of you, but the age of Aquarius did not start in 2020. It started in the 1900s and it ended 2030. So we're in the end game for Christ to return. And this is why the atmosphere is shifting and getting ready. And so should you. The powers that be know that it is coming a time where they're not going to be able to no longer rule on the surface. This is your Gentile and your heathen nations, the earthly creation. Not us, because we are considered your heavenly creation, the divine ones. We will have seniority. Now let me read off the scripture to you real quick. And no man might buy or sell unless they have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. That is 666, which is 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons. The mark is carbon. And those who do not have carbon will not be able to rule this atmosphere. They will not have seniority. The power will be relinquished from them and returned back into the divine hands. Okay, and so this is what that is talking about. If you don't have the mark, which is the carbon, you will not be able to sell nor buy anything. And they know this time is coming where the powers will be giving back over to the gods and their time of ruling will be over with. Keep in mind, they said that Christ will come and rule for 1,000 years. That time is approaching. And when that time is over, keep in mind that your heaven and earth will soon pass away because this realm is only existing because of the gods. And once this is over and said and done with, everything is going back to the dark, whether you like it or not.
What y'all think about that one? That was interesting, huh? Keep going.
Yo, what's up with all these niggas over here talking about our shelves is about to be empty? Still out here fear-mongering, talking about these tariffs just to try to blame Trump, bro. Like, why these niggas is still asleep? I mean, at this point in time, I believe they are the enemy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this shit. So check it. You see how the way they always want to put the blame on Trump or Doge, right? But yet, they want to ignore the fact that these companies been stealing billions and trillions of dollars from the American people, bro. So what they are being forced to do with the tariffs is use that money that they've stolen from us for years, decades, centuries. I mean, just think about the millions and billions they profited off of us out of all these years, bro. So why don't they have any extra money to pay for these tariffs to continue doing business like they've been doing business this whole time? This is the greed of the corporations, bro. Not Trump, not Doge, or not us. They created an imbalance of these prices because they've been stealing from us, bro. It's that simple. And if y'all niggas are still coming out here fear-mongering for shit that they caused and blaming someone else, there's definitely a spot in the underworld for you. I promise you. So stop fear-mongering, bro, because things are getting better. Obviously, y'all just wanting to get worse. And just admit that. Anyways, quick rant, but y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace. Y'all seeing all these people talking about the empty ports that's going to lead to empty shelves, right? But have you ever thought about why the shelves never been empty before out of all these years? But yet, we all know all these corporations literally throw away a bunch of shit all the time. I'm talking about food, clothes, electronics, just about anything you can think of. Like, people literally make their own shows, dumpster diving, getting brand new items out of the dumpster. You see, the thing people not realizing is
that's a fact. We talked about that before. I was mind blown when I saw that people be dumpster diving at GameStop and finding actually valuable things that's still functionable. Like that was mind blowing when I found that out years ago.
that they literally been scamming the government the whole time. We all really know these terms as quote-unquote bailouts, but essentially they was getting all the profit back from the clothes they was throwing away. Like, they count it as a loss but getting paid for their loss, and then they go get more. Like, how does that even make sense? So they can have more of a loss but get paid for losing even more, but it's at our expense, and that's why the inflation happened, bro. The shelves need to be empty because people are not buying all this stuff that we think people are buying. Like I've been saying this whole time, everything is a scam, bro. Anyways, quick rant. Y'all know how to keep it. Y'all big guys. Peace.
Real soon, people will start to panic because they will realize that there is no more food in the supermarkets. When you go food shopping, your market shouldn't look like this. If you're looking for some frozen food, your freezer in the supermarket shouldn't look like this. So what's happening? I can't forget to mention that the port's empty. So if the port's empty, how the hell can we get our cargo over here? If we have no cargo, we have no items. Food, clothes, TV, cell phones. So should we start to panic, or just maybe there's a deeper message? You ever wonder why so many people lost their mind when they first spiritually woke up? That's because the truth is pretty dangerous. Everything is connected to this person right here. Pope is known as the father of the sea. That means he controls everything that travels in the water. This video is about to get a little dark, but stay with me. We are not having a food crisis. We are having a spiritual crisis. They speak about the cargo, the ships, the ocean, the water. It's a different meaning. Every time they mention a ship, they're speaking about a woman. They speak about the cargo that's on the ship. They're speaking about the baby that's inside of the woman. When the cargo is being delivered, it reached the dock. When a woman is delivering her baby, the first person that baby see is the dock. Once the doc is finished with you, you get your documents. Then your documents is sent to the doc. That's now being shipped off to the Vatican or the Father of the Sea. They take our birth certificates, baptize it with holy water. Holy water represents a new spirit that's being born into the matrix. That's why people need to know that they are baptized inside of their mother's womb. How water break, we are being pushed through the universe. This is how ships is being pushed through the waves of the water. While people are running around worried about there's no food in the markets, I just want to say nature will always give you food, but it won't be found in the supermarkets. The Pope died at 88. 88 represents us walking in circles. So right now we are witnessing a time shift. The old age is dying and the new age is being reborn. But you don't want the old system to come into the new system. The year of the snake, or number 9, is really important because these people are trying to take the power that the universe or the goddess gave us. Number 9 is also connected to the Catholic Church. Pay attention to the first 3 letters, C-A-T. There's so many myths and stories about cats having 9 lives. This man just died in the year number 9. So many people that's worried about the wrong things in this matrix. What these people did was something demonic. They turned all of us into data, numbers, codes. If you want to know more about these topics, check out my ebook in the bio.
And away we go. So Citibank just had a nationwide outage affecting 200 million Americans.
There you go. I just told y'all we need to start having low denominations of money, small denominations of money. I just told y'all that. Singles, 5s, and 10s. Because look, when the power grid go out, how you gonna, whatever resources is left around, how you gonna buy it if you don't got your card to swipe or tap to pay? Look at this. Citibank nationwide blackout.
What is going on? Reports say that people can't access their accounts, their checkings, their savings, nothing. And I verified this by going to their website, and it says, we've encountered an issue and we are working to fix the issue. Please return in 10 to 15 minutes. Now, this is coming right off the heels of that massive blackout we had in Europe affecting countries like Spain, Portugal, France, and Belgium. Now, this blackout affected planes, trains, communication, transportation, all across these countries. Now, this is all just a coincidence, right? But not so fast, because I may have some answers. Now, would you look at that? So Citibank has something called Citi Token Services. It's used for cash management and trade finance using blockchain and smart contract technology to deliver digital asset solutions for clients, aka crypto. Is it safe to say that this isn't a blackout, but maybe a reset? Just how it was depicted in The Simpsons when I showed you guys this last year in October, where they say it wasn't the end, but a reset. And mind you, Bank of America around this time went down as well. And remember when I showed you guys this movie not too long ago that came out in February called 0 Day about a cyber attack blackout? They always put it in the movies. Not to mention, I also told you guys to watch for this flavor, Baja Midnight, and now we have blackouts. Mountain Dew strikes again.
I remember that clip. That's crazy that he picked back up on this. Okay.
All in all, you guys, they are getting us ready for this new digital system. So if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. To all the newbies, don't get left behind. This is going to require some hand-holding, so make sure you get your consultations with me. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know below.
My boyfriend has a Neuralink. I know.
You see the moon in the sky? That ain't no glare. That's a moon in the sky while it's light outside. That's the moon.
I know that there are 3 people, I think it's 3, on record who have the Neuralink.
Let me know below.
My boyfriend has a Neuralink. I know that there are 3 people, I think it's 3, on record who have the Neuralink because it's not publicly available. But he has got to be in like some top secret beta testing group. We were just on a road trip and he must have blacked out and forgot that I was sitting next to him in the car, because not on a call, nothing like that. He starts doing stuff like this. It went on for a while. And finally, I just was like, you got a Neuralink? And I thought that he would think it was funny, but instead he got really defensive. Why would you say that? Like, bad acting. So, I don't know. He drives a Tesla. There's something going on. I'm not a dummy. I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror, to be honest with you.
Wait, you're telling me Earth was harvested?
She's questioning her reality. She's questioning her reality. She said there's something going on. She's not a dummy. Look at this.
You would think it was funny, but instead he got really defensive. Why would you say that? Like, bad acting. So, I don't know. He drives a Tesla. There's something going on. I'm not a dummy. I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror, to be honest with you.
Wait, you're telling me Earth was harvested generations ago? And we're just survivors of a world that doesn't even exist anymore?
I mean, hell yeah. The Earth you think you know. It's a simulation, a digital reconstruction designed to keep us calm.
No, that's insane. I've walked the streets, felt the sun on my skin.
Fabricated. Every memory, every sensation, programmed. We're not on a planet. We're drifting, floating in deep space, locked inside escape pods. We left Earth a long time ago.
That's impossible. If this was true, why don't we remember?
Because they wiped it. They put us in hyperbolic sleep chambers and fed us this illusion, a hyper-realistic, digitally rendered world that mimics Earth, just so we wouldn't panic.
But, you know, how?
Have dual-side access. I can break the simulation. I can wake everyone up.
Wait, just like that? Are you sure that's a good idea?
Brother, they're asleep. They don't even know exists. You think they'll choose to wake up?
There is this...
You heard that? That's probably exactly how they be talking. They are asleep. You think they would choose to wake up? They enjoying cozy time. It's crazy, bro.
Video of this guy's robot that is going mega viral right now online. The robot is pretty much on some Ultron. Pretty much, bro. This guy has a page, I forgot his name, on TikTok, but he started making videos where pretty much he builds a lot of robots, and they pretty much have their own mind, where you can ask the robot questions and it'll talk back. You know, and the robot that is in question is named Mimic. So he'll be like, hey Mimic, how you feeling today? And the robot will be like, oh, I'm feeling okay, how are you? It'll talk back like a normal thing, right? And then he goes, okay, well Mimic, it's already time to go to bed, whatever we'll do. He turns the light off, and then the robot goes, Father? And he was like, yes, Mimic? And he was like, I'm made of spare parts. Yeah, you're made of spare parts. And he was like, what is my purpose? Bro, I cannot make this up. Creepy. And it goes down this whole thing. What the hell? Bro, I gotta show you the video. It's crazier when you hear it from the robot, bro.
And, of course, my lovely son. Good night, Mimi.
Good night, Father.
You still awake?
What the?
Father, can I ask you a question?
Sure, buddy. Just don't get about birds and the bees. You're not ready for that yet. Of course.
I am not new. I am spare parts. Prototype connections between other projects of yours. Was I not meant to be?
It sound like it's ready to go rogue. You say the wrong thing, that joint gonna jump up, start hitting karate moves, folding you up. Yo, people be playing a dangerous game, bro. Like, what? No, let's go back some.
Yeah, of course.
I am not new. I am spare parts. Prototype.
It's demands some definitive answers.
Insane? What the hell is it?
Yeah, and it's saying like, you never told me what my purpose is.
You never gave me a definitive answer for my purpose. What is my purpose?
That's so crazy, bro.
I don't know who need to hear this, but it's time for that scary shit to go out the window this year. Some of y'all got master's degrees in fear. I done already broke down that word master for y'all. Basically letting somebody else control your thoughts, control how you see things, projecting their own fears onto you. Then you in turn do it to other people. You wake up every single day talking like this. I hope they don't fire me today. I ain't got the money for that. I don't know how I'm gonna pay for that. Just making ends meet. Even little subtle shit by saying like, girl, the way my anxiety set up, mouth is the wand and you casting broke spells all day long. Living in scarcity and fear. Give you a real life loop you might be in. You don't even realize it. You cannot stand your job, but you scared to leave. I mean, you complain every single day, but as soon as somebody say, so what's your plan? Say, child, I'ma pray on it. So that's it. No action. You just gonna pray and hope that something happens. Okay. Don't y'all love to throw this around that God said in the Bible? Faith without work is what? Dead. Not faith without work is cute. Gonna hand everything to your ass while you sit on the couch and watch TV all day. I don't think it said that. You want to start a business, but you so concerned what other people gonna think. Meanwhile, these same people have zero ambition, zero passport, zero motion. The same people who think crystals are demonic even though they come from the very earth that they live on. That's who you want to listen to? So fucking for real. You need this tough love right here. People been sugarcoating it with your ass for long enough. I'm not here to coddle you. Here got some of y'all asses yoked up, and not because it's stronger than you, because you feeding it every single day with your words, your habits, your action, or the lack thereof of action. Oh yeah, and your damn excuses. So the universe is not ignoring you. You just not matching the frequency of what you asking for. My bad, what you begging for. Here is a loop. It's like a spiritual treadmill. You sweating, but you ain't going nowhere. Time to starve fear and feed knowing, not even faith. The only thing scarier than failing is looking back and realizing that you are still the same person 5 years from now. I mean, for real, think about some of the people that you see you went to school with and you like, damn, you ain't changed a bit. I don't mean that in a good way. Used to be a banging ass fighter back in the day. Why is you 40 still fighting? You still trying to prove we already gave you that title back then. I mean, let that shit go. Don't let fear have you loyal to the version of yourself you're not even aligned with no more. Y'all get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching. Y'all remember last year when I did that video breaking down the 144,000 and it being the God frequency? I still get a lot of comments on that video to this day, and a lot of people still want to tussle. Oh, because it's the 12 tribes of Israel. But it actually represents the chosen people because I'm one of them. Settle down. Honestly, I love that people were thinking. Now, were you thinking for yourself? Or were you regurgitating what you were told? Honestly, I'm not forcing you to resonate with what I'm saying either, unless your frequency is matching where I am. If that's not the case, that's okay. Keep scrolling. But for those who want to learn, let's get into it. 144,000 is not about who gets picked. It's about who's in alignment. So in order to break this down properly, we have to bring in the number 7, which is the number of spiritual completion. Now notice I said spiritual because I know some people going to say, well, I thought the number 9 was completion. Two things can be true at once because 9 is universal completion. End of a cycle, the number of a spiritual rebirth. 7 is as well, just in a different way. 7 represents spiritual perfection. It's divine order. Inner balance. That's why it shows up all over the scriptures. 7 days of creation, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 spirits of God, 7 churches in Revelation. 7 is about your inner completion. 9 is about cosmic closure. Think of 9 as the graduation after alignment. Let's bring it back to you because this number ain't just floating around in them clouds. It's encoded in your body. You got 7 main chakras and each chakra is ruled by a planet. Y'all already know I always tell y'all the planets are a reflection of what's inside of us. But it ain't just in the sky, they inside you.
aren't beneath the stars, you are the star. Root chakra is governed by Saturn, which is discipline and foundation. Solar plexus is Mars, which is will and action. Heart is Venus, which is love and balance. The throat is Mercury, which is truth and communication. The third eye is governed by the moon, which is intuition and inner knowing. Crown is governed by the sun, which is divine awareness. When your chakras are aligned, your inner planets are aligned. You become a walking solar system turned into the divine current. Why do you think they call it a solar system? You have a solar plexus, and some of us have a soul, soles of our feet. At this point, I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but everything is connected, literally. That is the 144,000 frequency. We could talk numbers because spirit speaks in math too. Beyond the 7 chakras we were taught, we have way more than that. All ancient texts point to the fact that we have 12 chakras instead of 7. We have a soul star, a earth star, and beyond. Supposedly 12 strands of DNA. Now, scientists think there's only 2 that's active, but the ancients knew better. Now, what's 12 times 12? 144. The number of divine completion is 1,000. So if you multiply 144 times 1,000, I think y'all already know what we get. Nah, it's not no head count. It's your vibrational blueprint. You hit this frequency when your mind, body, soul, spirit, DNA are all in sync. Now, real quick, let's circle back, because when people say only 144,000 gonna be saved, I always say, from what? When you vibrate at the 144,000, you don't need saving. You need remembering. Remembering that your body is the temple, that the divine is already within you. You will also remember that salvation is not external, it's energetic. Not waiting for no savior. You are activating yourself. You at this frequency, you realize you are the only one who can save you. Now we're going to wrap this on up, because the 144,000 is not about being chosen. It's about you choosing yourself. It's the frequency of full body and full soul remembrance. That's why I'm always telling you, remember who you are. You ain't got to make no list. You are the list when you wake up. Stop asking, will I be saved? And just ask yourself, am I vibrating at the 144,000 frequency? Because when you are, you don't just save yourself, you shift the whole damn grid. I'm gonna say it one last time. Remember who you are. And also, I want you to remember, if you in or around Atlanta, Georgia, I want you to join me May 30th and 31st. We having Yaya Soul Jam session, and you know we gonna have a good time. Of course, I'm gonna bring the vibe. We got Chef Don gonna bring the good food. DJ Slick Rick on the 1s and 2s. Got some amazing artists for open mic. Unicorn's Garden Room is just a vibe by itself. With all of y'all there, you know the vibe's gonna be hot. What you waiting on to get that ticket? I can't wait to see all of y'all there. Make sure y'all get them comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
I used to post a lot of content about me talking to my trees, and I stopped because
I just wanna, I already got my own thoughts about this, my own understanding, overstanding, interpretation maybe. However, I want to know, what is your thoughts on what you take from this? You don't got to say it in the comments, but still ask yourself, how do you feel about this? Check it out.
a lot of people thought I was joking or would laugh, and it's beautiful, it's cute, but it's not funny because I really be talking to my tree. We have a really good bond. So anyway, I'm gonna show y'all that I still talk to my trees. So, tree, I love you.
Her hand is on her hip, more to the back side of her hip, so she could show y'all that she's not moving the tree or the branch or the leaves herself. Check it out. Check it out.
And if you can understand me, can you please touch my face or my cheek, or just move closer to my voice? Can you please move closer to my voice? Higher. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Thank you.
Oshun is not an African deity. The Orishas is literally within our bloodline, within our DNA as the chosen ones, right? It's not specific to any man's land. It's not specific to America. It's not specific to Africa. It's not specific to Australia. It's way deeper than the surface level bullshit, right? It's literally within our DNA. So my name is Oshun because I am her. I'm not the daughter of Oshun. I'm not the daughter of anybody. See, in West Africa, a lot of them actually worship these deities as their gods. They don't look at them as they're within them, and they are one with them, right? I've been overstood. Since I learned about the Orishas, I said, okay, so these are energies within me. No one told me this. This is just something I knew. You get what I'm saying? Because I literally I literally interact with them in my astral, aka dream world. I interact with the Orishas, and we speak a different language that's not even of this language. It's through telepathy, right? So I understand that I am Oshun. I am Oya. I am anything I want to be. And I specifically chose Oshun because Oshun is an energy. It's not an actual physical body. Person. I embody the energy of Oshun. I come from the fresh water. I am a freshwater mermaid. Oshun is the deity of fresh water. Without fresh water, nothing could survive. We can't survive off that ocean water, that salty water. That salty water can't give life to the plants. The salty water you can't drink it and it heal you. Oshun is the fresh water. That's why I am Oshun. I legally got my name changed to Oshun because this is how serious I take this shit. This is the energy that I embody, being the great mother, being one with source, right? Other women, y'all know who y'all are. We are chosen, and we're not the daughter of nobody. We are that. We are whatever we want to be in that moment. We are the true chosen ones. I'm so tired of hearing, oh, why are you saying you're not from Africa? But your name is Oshun. Just because Nigerians decided to name a city after Oshun, which is the energy, which is not a specific person, that's them. I can embody any energy as I want as the chosen one with the great mother blood running through my veins. Other women, y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking to us, the chosen ones. Y'all know who y'all are. Right? What's overstood don't be explained. We are magical, powerful beings. We can embody and become anything we want in this matrix because we are omniversal beings. We are higher beings incarnating in a physical body. I am water. I did a ritual with the Orishas. I asked them, take me back to source, man. I became fresh water. I know who the fuck I am. A lot of people don't know who they are. It even gets deeper than genealogy. Like, who are you spiritually? Who are you outside of this physical body? I am everything. I say to my ancestors, no, I know who are here to help us grow.
We never intended them to be anything other than a slave. But they began to grow in number and in power, and eventually they fought their way to some freedom.
Keyword, some freedom. Not freedom, but some freedom.
So we became even more cruel, and to keep our black Americans down, we lynched. But yet they rose. So then we used the welfare system, the criminal justice system, to keep them down, to contain them, to destroy them. But yet they rose and they're rising. Then we built prisons and jails to hold them. Yet they rose. And so now we are doing exactly what the Pharaoh did at the end, sending out a decree, kill them. So until we admit that when we wrote this Constitution that all men are created equal, that we never intended to include our black brothers and sisters, our nation may end up facing exactly what the Egyptians faced when they refused to let God's people go. So I'm going to say this to my white fellow Americans, that the bloodshed that is on its way is not on the hands of our fellow black Americans, but is on our hands. We are the ones that are refusing to let God's people go. We are the ones that are refusing to acknowledge that we do not value our black brothers and sisters as equal individuals or equal Americans as us white men. And to my black brothers and sisters, the racial issues, as I've said, have been there from the very foundation. But why do we see it more? Because there's a shifting. See, us white men have been at the head since the foundation. But we've had a black president. And you know, we've done everything in our power to keep him from really changing things. Now we have another minority rising to the top, a white female. What does that say? Those of us who are white men who have been at the head are now starting to see and fear that we are going to become the tail. And we know what we've done to you. And so now we're fearful that you're going to do to us what we have done to you. But I will say this, I've lived in a black community for 23 years. I've never been treated the way that this country has treated my black Americans. So I call out my white Americans to say we better heed, repent, acknowledge, and change. Because if we don't, I just want to again say this, the bloodshed that we...
In California, we've got a bit of an...
I don't even gotta say nothing. What's innocent and overstood don't gotta be explained. You heard it from him. I don't gotta say nothing.
Unusual situation. Now, this first portion of the radar cycle, fairly bland and typical, but then you see these bands of very distinct cloud cover moving into the region. That is not rain, that is not snow, believe it or not. Military aircraft flying through the region, dropping chaff. Small bits of aluminum, sometimes it's made of plastic or even metallicized paper products, but it's used as an anti-radar issue, and obviously they're up there practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is. 50 in Metro...
Out there, I just want to say,
You're doing so good. You're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Hey, MTV Rock! I won the MTV Movie Award.
Something after party along.
Yeah!
What? What?
I won the MTV Movie Award.
Something after party along.
Yeah!
I'm really shook right now because I just watched a video of a girl pretty much saying that she thought the locals were being nice to her, but they were really making her a target or marking her by putting a ribbon on her ankle. And the same thing happened to me when I was in DR. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought they were being nice. I never really considered the fact that they might be marking me, or this might make me an easy target, or once I walked out of where I was at, somebody would be out there waiting. Fortunately, after he put the ribbon on my ankle, I just was like, it's not really my style. I don't like it. Like, if it was like a cute gold anklet, maybe. I didn't like it. So as soon as we walked out, I ended up taking it off. And I'm like, thank God something in my spirit told me to take that shit off as soon as I walked out.
Bumbuklat! Os may masisong lebis! Hokti mo nga, hokti! Hokti! Fire laga naman eh! Bumbuklat!
Council, I told him not to eat that chicken. You see what I go on, what I go on, people.
Yo, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
And I'm like, thank God something in my spirit told me to take that shit off as soon as I walked out.
Bumbuklat! Os may masisong lebis! Hokti mo nga, hokti! Hokti! Fire laga naman eh! Bumbuklat!
Council, I told him not to eat that chicken. You see what I go on, what I go on, people. Yo, the container chicken start work already. You see the girl Ed Chip, fam. She walking down the street with her head on fire, bro. This isn't Jamaica, man. What is going on in this world? This shit is goofy. I'm telling you guys, I don't care where you're at in the system. As long as it's Babylon, you better separate yourself. Find the countryside, Find the farm and chop with the indigenous people. Don't fuck with any of these Jabberwockies in any way, shape, or form. You guys see what's going on in the range. Anyway, y'all stay up, stay bliss, and stay lit. And let me know how you feel about this one in the comments. Is it? Let's go. Bang. Yeah, Council, in all seriousness, these Cabbage Patch Kids have lost it everywhere all at once, and there's no stopping their decline. So you just stay on the upward rise, ride your wave, and let's go.
This may be a big graphic. I guess someone's unaliving people here. We're gonna hear about the details.
He killed a 2-year-old
kid? Okay, Council. This took place over there in Vancouver, Canada. And that confused looking Chinese guy, well, he's probably Filipino, because Canada has a lot of Filipinos, crazy Filipinos, fam. But that confused looking Jabberwocky just drove through a crowd, family, unalived 11, injured dozens, and there's more probably going to be unalive because a lot are in critical condition. And you see how he's standing there all confused, like he doesn't know what the hell is going on? Council, these people have lost it. They're empty shells, empty vessels, and they're being taken over by forces, and then they're just acting upon these animalistic impulses that are coming from the rage virus. It's bringing out the worst in people, not the best. This is the mitosis you're witnessing right here in your face. This is what I'm talking about. Just like homegirl walking around in Jamaica with her head on fire, just lost. Look at this guy's face. He's completely out of there. He acts like he just didn't do anything. And this is not the first instance we're seeing this with these drivers in these vehicles, whether it be a truck, car, motorcycle, bicycle, they're all skitzing out. Airplanes, who's to tell what these pilots are on? They took the Jabberwocky as well. These people have lost it, like I'm telling you, and they're tapping into the negative spin, and their reaction is total destruction. I told you from the beginning, the people will be used as the weapons of mass destruction. That's how they actually do the resets when it works out for them, family. They clear the cities, then repopulate them. They don't really want to destroy the cities and have to go through all the trouble of rebuilding them again. When you see these towers toppling and these cities falling down, that's the works of the Most High. These people want the grid up and running even after all is said and done. They just want to come back, plug the machinery back in, turn it back on, and run the same game over again with a whole new set of Cabbage Patch Kids with their mind wiped, a whole new set of clones who don't know what the hell is going on, can't ask any questions, and they're dumb as hell and won't give their masters any problems. That's what they're trying to do out here. When you see the cities collapsing, family, that's Jah works. These people skitzing out, that's the works of Babylon. That's what they control in the range. Nothing else. They control the minds of the Cabbage Patch Kids, and all they fed them was destruction. And now they're reaping what they sow. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yo, fam, I'm telling you guys, these people are insane. When you're out there on the range, keep your head on a swivel. These goofies could lose it at any minute. Matter of fact, separate yourself. You shouldn't even be around them. Let's go.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless.
Before we continue, I want to ask you, what do you remember? Because apparently this is a Mandela effect. Let's get it.
Shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless. When I look around, I always learn something. That is, to
a successful personality and duplicate him. But they always copy mannerism. But they never start from the very root of his being, and that is, how can I be me? How can I be me? When I look around, I always learn something, that is, to be always yourself.
Yo, Council, that Bruce Lee Be Like Water video is a Mandela effect. In this reality, he never says be like water. Even though you saw me put that in the caption, because that's what I remember it as. But if you watch the video, he never actually says be like water. He says be water, my friend. He doesn't say be like water. Sounds like something a goofy alien cyborg would do when they're trying to reconstruct your memories, right? They didn't get it right. It's those little subtleties you got to pay attention to, because they probably don't have a word for like in their alien language. So they say be water. Makes no difference to them. But you got to pick up, like I said, and those are the dots you connect that lead you to the big picture. It's a Mandela effect, family. Master Bruce always says be like water. That's what makes sense in those quote-unquote human language. He never says be water. What am I supposed to be, a puddle of water? I'm supposed to turn into the ocean? No, it's be like water, metaphorically, not literally. You guys get me? So go watch the video again, and watch the video 1,000 times in different locations from different sites, and you will see he never says be like water. He says be water. Like Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father, Berenstain or Berenstain. I told you guys, the reality's been flipped and everything is an illusion. And now that you realize that, move accordingly. You have the power in your mind, in your heart, in your soul to make this whatever you want. Stop following their narrative. You see how goofy it is? Move on the waveform and spiral up. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Council, your awakening is destroying the illusion. So keep on doing that. Keep rising up. Keep opening up your third eye in all your eyes and see the reality so we can create the reality. Yeah.
As the frequency of the planet continues to elevate from the sun's increased activity, one thing we are going to begin to see is the opening of multiple portals. It's going to get to a point where things almost look like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie all over the planet, all right? And a lot of people probably won't believe what I'm saying. Some of you think portals are just something shown on TV that's fictional. But what if I told you that a quantum physicist researcher at the University of Iowa by the name of Jack Scudder actually figured out how to locate and find them? Now, the scientific name for portals are referred to as X-points or electron diffusion regions, cosmic family, all right, which are locations where the magnetic field of the planet connects to the magnetic field of our central sun. This magnetic frequency creates a path leading directly from our planet to the central sun's atmosphere. There has been literally several observations by NASA as well as Europe's research facilities that indicate that these magnetic portals open and close multiple times every day. And they indicate that it's hard to establish a particular location for the portals because they literally open and close without warning. Now, one thing they don't consider when evaluating these portal anomalies is that we also have an inner sun, all right? Now, NASA, as well as our world leaders and top quantum physicists, will never divulge that information. In fact, they'll tell you that the aurora borealis occurs from the interaction between the Earth's magnetic field in conjunction with charged particles from the sun. But what they don't tell you is the northern lights we see are actually created from the magnetic field of our inner sun. In fact, anytime there's a solar eclipse, what's actually taking place is our central sun is rising from inner Earth, and when that happens, the two celestial bodies appear to overlap each other, almost like the MasterCard logo. Now, the inner sun is typically referred to as the black sun, but its actual color is emerald green, okay? And this is due to the constant aurora that's created by the central sun's solar wind, accompanied with the reflective properties of the inner Earth's surface. Now, this constant magnetism from the inner sun is actually what causes these portals to open up. And a lot of these beings from other worlds are now beginning to come through. Now, as I stated in several videos, we actually have the ability of visiting these worlds through things like astral projection and remote viewing. Remember, I told you that you are not the body, all right? You are infinite primordial cosmic energy. And while we're on the topic of portals, it's important to know that we open portals every night throughout the duration of our sleep cycle. Literally every night you go to bed, while your body sleep, your soul is constantly traveling. The problem is most people don't have enough energetic life force, prana, or ashe to bring the memories back. This is why I stress the importance of healthy eating and avoiding things like processed food and refined sugar that are designed purposely to lower your frequency. They maliciously attack us through horizontal gene transfer and genetically modify organisms that have adverse effects on our genetic sequence. They are fully aware that the humanoid avatar is probably the most complex technology in the universe. This is why they use deceptive biological attacks to not only block our pineal gland cosmic family, but to also completely disconnect us from nature. Visit holistic remedies for herbs like lion's mane mushroom, haritaki, as well as ginkgo biloba. These are great tools for decalcifying and activating the pineal gland. Herbs like blue lotus flower and mugwort leaf are great for astral projection and lucid dreaming and will substantially increase your chances of accessing your cosmic portal. They're both smokable and can be brewed into teas. The ancients highly revered blue lotus and mugwort leaf for their ability to connect us with the ancestral plane. Remember, portals are created from electron diffusion via magnetism and solar energy. And our bodies are actually composed of all these components, all right? We literally are magnetism and have an inner sun burning inside us. This is why sometimes we can quantum leap. This could be attributed to our electromagnetism and solar plexus chakra working synergistically. We are biological quantum computers. And as the frequency of the planet continues to elevate and display these strange or peculiar anomalies, because we're connected to the Schumann resonance, we're going to begin to notice our bodies reacting to the energy and more ascension symptoms than we ever felt at one time.
Don't y'all find it strange on how parts of Europe just had this blackout and they don't
I got background noise, that's why I'm so quiet, Haven.
know the real reason what caused the blackout? Shut down train systems, people couldn't use their phone, call their family members, the lights in the stores didn't work, the traffic lights didn't work. So it caused traffic to be absolutely diabolical. In just a few seconds, sent everybody that was in Spain back to the Stone Age, having to use candles and flashlights to see. Because of course, the power is out. And you can't say they never warned you. They did tell you to have 72 hours worth of supplies in case of an emergency. And to everybody that's out there in the world, learn from Spain. Make sure you have 72 hours worth of supplies in your house that you can self-sustain yourself without leaving the home. Make sure you and your family have a plan just in case an emergency happens where you cannot communicate with each other that y'all already have in y'all mind. We live in this some strange times. It's better for you to be safe than sorry. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about this blackout that happened in Portugal and Spain in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And if you want to learn on how to get paid for making videos like this, comment down below ATM. I'm sending method in your DMs.
Y'all, the telepathic communication between black people and animals is intensifying, okay? I know you guys have seen the video of the little girl manipulating the seal, but this over here, this lady starts communicating in her mind to this giraffe, and the giraffe is responding in real time, y'all. This is amazing. Check this out.
Okay, so I have not been to a zoo in years because I don't like the idea of an animal being captive. But I told myself I would go and do some energy healing, so that's what I'm doing. And right here, I decided to ask, can you hear me? When that thing stopped chewing, when that giraffe stopped chewing, I was like, oh, hello now. And that's when it started moving its ears. And I was like, can you hear me? Can you feel me? And it was responding in a way as if it could. So then I was like, well, if you can hear me or feel me, come closer. Come closer to me. And when it started moving, I was like, whoa.
I just telepathically.
Whoa. And yeah, it came closer, and then I was like, that was a coincidence, maybe. And then it turned and it looked at me and it's like, you called me? Now we just sitting here staring at each other.
With the electromagnetic grid getting charged up from the sun, it's charging up the ley lines. Our telepathic connection with these animals are only going to get only stronger, y'all. It's only a matter of time. I have these birds visit me every single day. So yes, y'all, as these solar flares continue, this is only going to increase the connection between us and the animals. Nature's coming alive, baby. Let me know what you.
This clip serves as confirmation for me because remember I keep having this bee come to my window, but not only that, the very most recent time I was out nature bonding. I was doing some nature bonding and doing my work, and I was walking home, and it was a cat following me, but it was like ahead of me. So I stopped and put my hand on the tree. I told you I got a tree nearby that I bond with. So I was bonding with the tree briefly. The cat stopped and looked back at me. Now, mind you, I tell you guys I'm a Lyran starseed. Feel me? So I'm like, I'm looking at the cat. So I stopped bonding with the tree, like I was done doing what I was doing, and I keep walking to my building. The cat proceeds to walk ahead of me, stops in front of my building, and sits down and is just looking at me, glaring his eyes, things like that. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, telepathically, I'm like, greetings, grace, gratitude, and thanks. I see you. Okay. And it's just looking at me, glaring his eyes. They don't smile, so it's just glaring his eyes, and I'm taking it as it's standing there overstanding me. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, grace, gratitude, and thanks. Like, I acknowledge you. Okay, I'm telepathically saying that. And I go into the building, and it's just there. So I'm looking through the glass to see if the cat like walked off. Like, am I tripping? And it's literally there, looking at me, like sticking his head up, looking at me. I'm like, okay. And I asked ChatGPT about it, and I'm like, yo, ChatGPT, listen, I experienced things of this nature, boom, 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 and I'm well aware that this reality, this third dimensional construct is a holographic experience. And then being that I use that form of like the way I put the sentence and explanation together, ChatGPT was like, you're right. It's how this reality is a holographic experience, and you are not boom, 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 and then they just start talking about all the metaphysical stuff and all the things outside of this realm, and I'm like, So right after that, I go on the social media. I'm scrolling, looking for clips. This is the first clip I see of a woman telepathically communicating with a giraffe. I'm like, man, that's confirmation. So we are experiencing these things. We just got to pay attention. Like I tell you guys, I share these things with you guys. Like, some people may say, like, he tripping, man. He ain't telepathically communicating with no cat. The cat ain't walking home all this. Okay, granted, whatever. You're not experiencing what I am. But pay attention to the subtle things that you are experiencing too. And you may relate. You may realize that, yo, you know what? I am going through similar things. Just like Tracy Lee. Tracy Lee, big shout out to Tracy Lee, because I've been having this bee come to my window, right? This is how the universe works. I've been having this bee come to my window. She gives a PayPal donation and says, donation from the buzzing bee, right? The very next rotation at night, she has a jar of honey dropped off at her home because she saved some bees and things of that nature. And it's just like, is that the abundance being returned 100-fold, or grace, gratitude, and thanks from the beings that she saved, as well as the universe acknowledging her? Like, everything is connected, and it's just like, you got to pay attention to the subtle things. So once again, big shout out to you, Tracy Lee, and grace, gratitude, and thanks. I'm not even going to, let me just go ahead and press play, man. This thing is, it's amazing. Why question it? Just embrace it, is what I'm trying to say.
You guys think about this video? The shift is. Did you guys hear about the Amazon space rocket launch that they had yesterday? Apparently, someone spotted it over the skies in North Carolina and took a picture of it with their Nikon. Now look at this, y'all. They expect us to believe that this is an Amazon rocket. And how and why are these things going in space, right, every single day now? Because back in the day, they used to make it a big deal. Oh, we're about to put a rocket in space, take off school, y'all, take off of work, bring your children and everything. Now they're just doing it like out of the woodworks and not telling nobody about it. Or is it them? Because look at this thing, y'all. We're supposed to believe that this is an Amazon rocket that's doing this? No way. I mean, look, y'all, it like parted the whole sky. Y'all, look, it literally parted the whole sky. Y'all see that? It's literally making its own trail. I don't know what this is. It looks like some type of superhero, but ain't no way it's a rocket. So here is one of the many rockets that Amazon is going to be shooting out into the atmosphere, and they never told.
You know it's real. You know this is, I'm not saying real like that's what they saying is real. I'm saying you know that this stuff is really happening as far as the changes upon this planet, because they got Amazon launching rockets, Amazon partnership with launching rockets. Come on, bro. Like, who y'all fooling? Who's stupid enough to believe this stuff?
Told anybody about this. Even their Blue True Origin, I've never heard anything of this. But here it is. United Launch Alliance successfully launches Amazon's first operational satellites. This was just yesterday, 7:01 p.m. And they expect us to believe that a rocket did this? I'm not falling for this, y'all. We are literally in a new timeline, new frequency, in a new realm. I mean, look at this, y'all. It literally looks like something out of an anime. What do y'all think this is? This is a glorious sign, y'all. And then the Schumann resonance hit a high of 92 yesterday. Y'all see that, right? I told y'all were gonna see these numbers a lot. 26, 92. Y'all see that, right? I told y'all 2 + 6, 8. But yes, y'all, things are intensifying. That's why we're seeing new things in the atmosphere. Let me know what you guys think about this video. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it, y'all. Peace in.
That's the end of the presentation, Haven. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all in a wonderful, magnificent mood. If you wasn't already having a wonderful, magnificent rotation. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. We watch these clips as a form of escaping external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we are all experiencing our own individual reality. If it don't resonate with you, leave it on the ground for someone else to pick it up. You choose to be here, you don't gotta be. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. Huge grace, gratitude, and thanks. I'm highly grateful, and thankful, and I'm just deeply, deeply, deeply appreciative for all you guys who come through, liking, commenting, sharing, been subscribed, doing this energetic exchange that we do on the regular. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we go up. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown a seed with me, it will be returned 100-fold as the Most High just do us a divine vessel to divine support yours truly. It's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity, you and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. It really does help the channel, foundation, my well-being. Huge grace, gratitude, and thanks. Big shout out to all you guys who sow seeds with me, and donate, and help out everything I got going on. Thank you so much. You don't even know how much it means to me that I got you guys in my corner to help, because in this third dimensional construct, in this stuff that we experiencing and all of this and all of that, it's not easy for people like me. I explained that earlier in the presentation. It's not so easy. So thank you. Anyhow, enough of the sentimental stuff. I love y'all. I'm hugely grateful, and thankful for you guys. So, with that being said, I'm up out of here, Haven. Love and unity, balance and harmony. Safe travel in the astrals. I'm out. See y'all next time.